Welcome to a new series on the channel following my new By Twisted Bow series, which ended a few weeks ago with me finishing all my targets there. I can happily announce a new journey for the account, and that will be in this series, Combat Achievements and Collection Log. It's not a fancy name by any means, but it's just meant to be clear. Well, I could call it Noob Tries Combat Diaries, but that wouldn't be very original, although maybe still accurate in fairness. Anyway, this series will focus on two parts of the game, one which is an upcoming update and one that currently exists, and those are the Combat Achievement Diaries and the Collection Log. Firstly, the combat achievements. This update has been a widely anticipated one, and one which I'm very excited for too. We thought it might have come out a little bit earlier, but it looks like it'll be coming out in the summer. What it is a series of combat related tasks that must be completed at different difficulties. So as far as I'm aware, there's going to be easy, medium, hard, elite, grandmaster tiers. So it's very similar to the achievement diaries as we know, but it's just focused on combat. In terms of the rewards, we're not too concerned about those for the series, and it's more the actual tasks, which will involve PvM challenges all around the game at different bosses and activities such as raids. Jagex haven't given us a huge amount of information about them. We have seen a sneak peek on Twitch, but their concept is not difficult to understand. The challenges are going to involve killing bosses a certain number of times, killing bosses or completing raids in a specific way or time and limit, and also some unique challenges in there related to gear worn, damage taken, time limits, and other fun stuff like that. My aims for this series will be to work my way through each tier and basically get better at the game and PvMing. There are no specific targets yet in case anything does change on release or the update gets cancelled for some reason. We'll communicate those targets nearer the time and continuously refer to them in each episode. Now I know I will probably struggle with those harder Grandmaster tasks, but it's the idea of the series, get better pretty much, get good as we might say. We'll need to kill some new bosses too for many tasks and ones that I'm not yet ranked in, so yeah, I'll be learning some new monsters and bosses throughout the series. On the other side, we've got the collection log. So yes, the combat achievements do cross over very well with the second goal of the series concerned with the collection log in Old School RuneScape. The log is something you can access in the Rock Museum and in your POH, and since its release it essentially shows every single item that you've obtained from its original source. So yeah, this is everything from boss drops to boost rewards to minigame items. The log is enormous too, and chances are no one will ever complete it due to some of the items in there, like Third Age. The goal here will be to fill in at least 5 new collection log slots every single episode, and these can be from any part of the log. Regarding the combat diaries, many tasks will involve me killing new bosses where I've got little to no kill count, so when I have any slots on the log filled in for those, and yes, I can be working on both aspects of the series at the same time in this way, as chances are I'm going to get some new drops during the time, like Grotesque Guardians, Granite Dust straight away, KQ, KQ Head, D-Chain, all the sort of stuff that I haven't got before. I will not go for just easy slots on the log though each episode, even if I'm really struggling. For example, I could just do some mini games for a few hours and probably fill in 4 or 5 slots and then do a load of easy clues, but I can assure you I won't be doing that very often and won't fill in more than 1 or 2 slots from the same part of the log in each episode, apart from if it's a very long grind, unless unless I get extremely lucky somewhere, of course. Thanks to a big recent update to the collection log as a whole, the game now has a built-in plugin that alerts you in the chat box and on screen as well whenever you get a new item for the collection log, similar to what we had in Trailblazer Leagues, and this is what I will use to keep track of each episode, so there are no issues there in tracking. The actual log now has a total slot count and is visually better than it used to be too. So that's going to be the focus of the series, and I think it's great that I can be working on the combat achievements and filling in log slots at the same time. At the end of each episode, like I did in my previous series, I will go over what tasks I finished for the combat diaries when they come out, and what collection log slots I filled in to keep track of the series as a whole. Okay, now that's done, the first few episodes, the diaries are not out yet. They're going to be about practicing for potential combat diary tasks, doing some new bosses, filling in some collection log slots across the spectrum, and also talk through my methods and improvements for killing different bosses in a bit further detail rather than just showing all the loot and the drops. For reference, we are starting this series on 556 collection log slots, filled out of a possible 1,351 so far. Episodes will likely be weekly once the diaries are released, though depending on IRL stuff that might change. I will of course keep you all informed of that. This probably won't be the only series on the channel in the future. I'm thinking of starting a unique account or an Ironman series soon as well, so yes, stay tuned for that. Without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the first episode. I'd not been to Commander Ziliana for a long time, finished that one quite early in the Noob By Twisted Bow series, so yeah, I thought why not just go back for a little trip and just test out the Twisted Bow again and just remember exactly how good it is here. Yeah, it's a very cozy method to venom in the minions. And yes, I was greeted with an Armadillo crossbow. It's only the 4th one in 2747 KC, but yeah, certainly motivates me to do more Ziliana and go for that pet. 'That said, it is a 1 in 5k chance still. And my first trip back for a while, and that was at 26 mil in total. So yeah, thank you very much, Zilly, much appreciated. Over 1,000 hard clues done on the account, so lots of the log slots filled in already here. And a bit of Tempros, 50 more rewards. Decided to try out some duo chambers of Xeric, and it didn't go amazingly. I'm probably going to break down the full method a bit more when I get some cleaner completions. It's actually quite simple to be honest, not more simple than I thought it would be. And this was Casey number 34, and a second dexterous prayer scroll in the space of 3 raids. So yeah, the duo method certainly worked. And yeah, 25k points for that one, so yeah, a bit cleaner than that solo. And a nice 6.1 mil split for that one. Okay, we have a masterclass. Got a few predictions here: 120k, 80k, 789k, and 484k. So I'm going to go for the pet. 706k, not bad. I will take that. 50 more rewards and some soaked pages. So those were new on the log. This was just before that log update had been released. Along with the duo raids, going to be continuing with the solos as well, and see if we can score anything big. Okay, that is the first Ulm that I've done that I haven't had to touch my supply pile at all, so that is a good sign, so we can definitely start attempting some solos without having to suicide. But the key thing is, did we get a purple? Let's have a look. It is a white light, yes. I think that's fair after 2 purples in 4 chests. After purchasing a scythe towards the end of the last series, I haven't used it too many places so far, so I might use it at this place, Seracnis. It's a little bit expensive to use, well the scythe is expensive to use obviously, but Seracnis is great for hard and elite clue scrolls, and I've got the pet in the jar here to get to. Little milestone coming in here, 90 crafting at the rune crafting, so yeah, another 90 skill. After previously completing a raid without having to touch my supplies, I decided to go in and not suicide at all, and successfully completed the raid. 30k points, and yeah, quite a few supplies left over. So pleased with that. That is the first deathless solo on the account, so let's hope for many more. A couple more hard caskets, and 74k. And 74k again. Okay, it's going to be 600 kill count at Seracnis. So yeah, there is the Jar of Eyes and the Sriracha pet as well. Yeah, 1 in 2k and 1 in 3k on those. Another Master Casket and 518k. And Master Clue number 211 for some Gilded Boots, the first Gilded on the account. And it's yeah, it's Gilded Boots. It's a nice nice item to get. So very pleased with that. Almost 4 mil as well for the total clue. And 121k. And 53k. That was another successful duo, 34 minutes for this one, and 40 kill count overall, so yeah, so good improvement from us, and no purple unfortunately, but no complaints from me so far. And yeah, great reward though, 80k, good old saltpeter. Another pet I'd like to hunt is the Cerberus pet, and just over 2,800 kill count at the moment. This one was a 19 kill trip, so hopefully this won't be too slow. The kill count should be quite quick unless we go 5k drive, of course. Some more clue scrolls to open, and an Anguish ornament kit. That's another one, 8.7 mil for the clue. And the next Master Casket, 343k. Okay, another little milestone at Seracnis, that's going to be 700 KC here, so yeah, not too many elites in the first kind of 400, but rolling in now along with the hard clues as well. And another Master Casket, 144k. I'm going to do a loot from 1000 Seracnis, so I've got it all pretty much well tracked. And KC 732 for the Jar of Eyes, the 1 in 2k, that is a collection log slot, so yeah, we'll take it this time, no more please. And that Jar of Eyes means 5 jars on the account now. I've got the Zora jar, the Cerberus jar, the Kraken jar, and the Hydra jar as well. So yeah, I just need to transfer some of that RNG to the pets, as they've been lacking a little bit at the moment. But yeah, I guess I can redecorate the POH for now. Okay, another finished Cerberus task, 165, and 2954 is the KC we end on for this one. So coming up to that pet drop rate. Next Master Clue, and 652k. And 2 16s, 376k. And 524k. And another one. And Half Moon Spectacles, that is another clue item filled in. So I went to almost 4 times the rate for the Primordial Crystal here, and yes, hope I don't go that far for the pet, but yeah, that drop kind of sums up how the pet hunt's going here, a Pegasian Crystal. It's in blue text now, it's that cheap. And a milestone here, that's going to be 3,000 kill count at Cerberus, and no pet. Game has scammed us again. Well, not really, but yeah, just hope to see some Primordial Crystals whilst we hunt this one. I've seen plenty of those smouldering stones, but look at the value of those now. Temperos has caused them to skyrocket, so yeah, we'll take it. Okay, that is 800 KC at Syracuse. And another Master Clue. 420k. And an Occult Ornament kit there, 4.8 mil. And there is a Primordial Crystal, 24.9 mil. It's gone down a little bit, but yeah, a very nice sight. And as I said, I hope to see quite a few of those if we are to go quite dry on this pet. So yeah, it's a nice 24-25 mil to the bank. That's another Cerberus task done, leaving our KC at 3107 for the end of this episode. Now that Master Casket, if you're wondering why there's been so many in this episode, well, I've been doing so much bossings like Syracuse and Cerberus, so the elite clues have been rolling in, and then the hard clues, easies and mediums, aren't too difficult to get elsewhere. And 349k for that one. One boss I'm not looking forward to doing is the Calphite Queen. I've got a boss task this time, so I thought why not, but I'm going to have to unblock Calphite and get 256 KC at a very minimum, just for the Desert Diary, or not minimum, sorry, maximum I should say. I hope I don't have to do 256, so the head is a 1 in 128 chance, so could get it very early, but we'll definitely get it by 256, although it won't actually fill in a slot on the log, I don't think, but it will allow me to complete the Desert Elite Diary. So yeah, KQ is not a fun one to do. It's only about 2 to 3 kills a trip before you've done the diary, unless you get very lucky with its hits, but yeah, gotta hope I get that KQ head nice and early. And that was the final kill for the task. That's 35 completed. And no KQ head. Another boss is Thermi. Haven't touched this one for quite a while, but this method is fantastic. It is Sanguinity Staff, Max Mage, and Redemption. So pretty much all you do is just click the boss and put Redemption on. As soon as your Redemption procs, you just drink Prayer Potion, put the Redemption on again, and with the Sang's healing ability, you won't have to use Redemption quite as much as normal. So yes, very fast. Okay, little milestone here at Thermi. Excuse me not putting on Redemption, that was a bit dumb. And Onyx Bolt Tips for 500 KC. Okay, that is the task done, and 518 kill count we finish this one on. Okay, our next Master Clue. And a Shazian Hood, that's another clue scroll item for the episode. And 852k Standard Master, pretty good. Back at Thermi for another task, and an Occult Necklace drop. I do already have that, but nice to see on the ground. Okay, a Hard Casket and plenty of purple sweets. Okay, a little Corrupted Gauntlet chest, and some Crystal Shards. And another Corrupted Gauntlet. And yeah, more Crystal Shards. So still missing the Smoke Battle Staff, Dragon Chain Body, and Jar of Smoke, and Thermi Pet, so plenty more drops, but that was another Occult, followed by a Hard Casket. And the second task done in quick succession, very fast, as this is like 90 kills an hour or so. I will just quickly break down the cost for it here for you now. And yes, this is what it cost me to do that task, so you can see I do make a little bit of profit, and yeah, it's very quick. Okay, last couple of masters for the episode, and Demon Mask, but yeah, I've already got that one. And 435k to finish, and a couple of Brimstone Keys, or 3, and some Gold Ore, Dragon Arrow Tips, and Coal. Fairly full on first episode with lots of different bossing as well as master clue scrolls throughout. So looking at our collection log, the 5 items obtained in this episode were soaked pages from Tempros, some gilded boots from Master Clue, jar of eyes from Arachnis, and then 2 more Master Clue uniques in the form of a half moon spectacles and Shazian hood. No luck at the Calphite Queen, Cerberus or Thermi in this episode in terms of new uniques, and another purple at the Chambers of Xeric as well, but that was a dupe Dexterous Prayer Scroll in a duo raid. Other notable drops were a Primordial Crystal at Cerberus, a few Occult Necklaces at Thermi, and a second Arachnis Cudgel. Looking at PvM, also soloed a raid without dying and needing to suicide any supplies, so yeah, very pleased with that, and that's certainly going to help with the combat achievements and other PvM I do. In the next episode, I'll be heading back to a few places where I either need drops, haven't done in a while, or need to get on high scores. So Zami Godball's dungeon, looking for that Staff of the Dead. The Abyssal Sire, still haven't got 50 kill count there, and more Tempros too. I've got to do the KQ head grind at some point, so I'd like to do a full task there if I can bear it. Otherwise, thank you for watching this episode, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the series.